regularly scheduled meeting of the Eastview Board of Education to order. It is Wednesday, April 19th at 6 p.m. Roll call, please.
Levelholtz,
Here.
Dahlberg,
Here.
Wood,
Here.
Quinn, here, Stent,
Here.
Winters,
Here.
Usval.
Here. Please rise for the pledge to the flag. Allegiance to the flag, United States, and to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Moving on to the consent agenda, any questions or comments? Otherwise, I entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as stated for the April 19th, 2023 board meeting of the Eastview.
Second.
It's been moved by Dave, seconded by Donna to approve the consent agenda as stated on the agenda. Roll call, please.
Usval,
Aye.
Quinn, aye, Foot,
Aye.
Dahlberg,
Aye.
Levelholtz,
Aye.
Stent,
Aye.
Winters.
Aye.
Moving on to recognition of visitors and correspondence, we have our student council representative. Got some new blood, I like to see it.
Good evening, board members. My name is Joe Delaney. I am acting treasurer and representing the high school student council on behalf of Lee Clemser. On behalf of Lee Clemser, we cannot make it to tonight's meeting. A lot has been accomplished over the past few months. Our new high school student council board in the lobby has both increased and improved our communication with the student body and staff. Next year's members for executive student council have been selected, and our new representatives will be selected hopefully by next week. The student council teamed up with Leo Club, and for our Red Cross blood drive, we had over 25 people donate. And with my role as treasurer, I was told to inform you of a few things that have happened with our budget. So far, since late September, we have made around $4,300. We have spent around $3,400, and so far this year we've made a little under $900 so far. Our future plans for the rest of the year are, because of COVID, the senior class has missed out on many fundraising opportunities. In response to this, the council is planning to possibly sell Culver's ice cream and do a few other fundraisers to help them with the rest of the year. And in May, we are going to try to get any things ready for next year's homecoming week and dance before the end of the school year. Is there any questions?
Good luck. Great job. Thank you so much. Appreciate all you're doing. I know we said it to Liam, but you haven't been present for those meetings. It's wonderful the thing that you guys are doing. The involvement you're getting from the other students. So thank you.
Thank you.
I would add to what Joe said. It's not necessarily that the senior class missed out on fundraisers, because really our classes don't do a lot of fundraisers. Their main fundraising is concession stands, and because of COVID, that was the class that really took the biggest hit. They just didn't have those means to sell concessions. So between student council and between some of my accounts, we are going to help the senior class be able to do the things that we normally do. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much. Any other visitors that would like to be recognized this evening? Hello, Razan.
I'm here as a teacher in Rock Creek Union. I just wanted to say thank you so much to Patrick and TJ and Donna for all your years and hard work. It's a lot of late nights and it's a lot of stuff that people don't see. And so thank you for your dedication to the school and the children. We appreciate it.
And any other visitors that would like to be recognized?
I'm here on behalf of the East Community Archery Program. We're looking at going to nationals this. Sorry, my name is Sarah Engel. I'm a newbie at this. But I'm here on behalf of the East Community Archery Program, and we're looking at going to nationals in a couple weeks here. So we just want to let you guys know we're still pushing forward. We're currently practicing right now, and we'll be getting all the kids ready to go. We have currently 52 kids signed up for the program down in Louisville, Kentucky. So taking a big group. This is the biggest group we've ever taken. Our elementary team took first place at state. Our middle school took third, and our high school also took third place. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you for all the time and effort you guys have put in to that program. It's wonderful. The kids are getting out, so thank you. Any other visitors like to address the board? All right, moving on to canvassing of consolidated election for school districts. School board members, there were 3 positions that were available for election. We had 3 candidates that took out papers and submitted the papers, I should say. And they were Esther Darlene Bolton, Christina Schauer, and Nicole Nikki Nelson. Ms. Bolton had 301 votes received, Ms. Schauer had 354 votes received, and Ms. Nelson had 317 votes received. So with those 3, they will be our new board members that will be taking over for Mr. Wenders, Mr. Levelholtz, and Ms. Quinn. So first thing we need to do is do the oath for those new candidates. So as the current president, I can administer the oath of office to the newly elected and returning members. So if those new board members would like to come up. Okay, so I apologize. First, I need to make a motion to accept those results of the second moved by Nathan, seconded by DJ. All those, well, let's go rolls off just to be safe.
Foot,
Aye.
Winders,
Aye.
Usma,
Aye.
Quinn. Aye. Sent,
Aye.
Dahlberg,
Aye.
Levelholtz.
Aye.
All right, so now you, the new board members would like to come up. You can still slow down until it's long. Your post. If you want to come up in front of the board for that one. Yeah, okay.
We know you are.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll find it sometime.
administer the oath of office to the newly elected members of the Board of Education. Please repeat after me.
Maybe we can, there we go.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of Board of Education
Discharge the duties of the office of the Board of Education. That was a long one.
of East Dubuque
Of East Dubuque,
in accordance with
in accordance with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the laws of the State of Illinois,
and the laws of the State of Illinois,
to the best of my ability.
and the best of my ability.
I further swear that
I further swear that
I shall respect taxpayer interests
I shall respect taxpayer interests,
by serving as a faithful protector
serving as a faithful protector
of the school district's assets.
of the school district's assets.
I shall encourage and respect the free expression
I shall encourage and respect the free expression
of opinion by my fellow board members
of opinion by my fellow board members
and others who seek a hearing
and others who seek a hearing
before the board
before the board,
while respecting the privacy
while respecting the privacy
of students and employees.
of students and employees.
I shall recognize that a board member
I shall recognize that a board member
has no legal authority
has no legal authority
as an individual,
as an individual,
that decisions can be made only
and the decisions can be made only
by a majority vote at a public board meeting.
by a majority vote at a public board meeting.
I shall abide by majority decisions of the board
I shall abide by majority decisions by the board
while retaining the right
while retaining the right
to seek changes in such decisions
to seek changes in such decisions
through ethical and constructive channels.
through ethical and constructive channels.
As part of the Board of Education,
As part of the Board of Education,
I shall accept the responsibility for my role
I shall accept the responsibility for my role
in the equitable and quality education
in the equitable and quality education
of every student in the school district.
of every student in the school district.
I shall foster with the board
I shall foster with the board
extensive participation of the community,
extensive participation of the community,
formulate goals,
formulate goals,
define outcomes,
define outcomes,
and set the course for East Dubuque School District.
and set the course for East Dubuque School District.
I shall assist in establishing
I shall assist in establishing
a structure and an environment
a structure and an environment
designed to ensure all students
designed to ensure all students
have the opportunity to attain
have the opportunity to attain
their maximum potential
their maximum potential
through a sound organizational framework.
through a sound organizational framework.
I shall strive to ensure
I shall strive to ensure
a continuous assessment
continuous assessment
of student achievement
of student achievement
in all conditions
in all conditions
affecting the education of
affecting the education of
our children
our children
in compliance with state law.
in compliance with state law.
I shall serve as education's key advocate
I shall serve as education's key advocate
on behalf of students
on behalf of students
in our community schools.
Schools.
To advance the vision
Against their vision
for East Dubuque School District.
for East Dubuque School District.
And I shall strive
And I shall strive
to work together with the district superintendent
to work together with the district superintendent
to lead the school district
to lead the school district
toward fulfilling
toward fulfilling
the vision the board has created,
the vision the board has created,
fostering excellence for every student
fostering excellence for every student
in the areas of academic skills,
in the areas of academic skills,
knowledge,
knowledge,
citizenship,
citizenship,
and personal development.
and personal development.
Welcome to the Board of Education.
Thank you so much.
the board. Okay. Give or take.
New members seated, we would like to move on to the reorganization of the board. So in order to do that, we do need to have a president pro tem.
This time, the floor is open to board members to appoint someone to be the president pro tem, and I would move that Darren Sarian, high school principal, be appointed to that role.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to have Darren be the president pro tem.
So need a secretary pro tem. And Darren, are you ready to?
It was motioned by Don, seconded by Dave. Roll call on that, please.
Holton. Dahlberg.
Aye.
Foot.
Aye.
Shower. Aye. Sent.
Aye.
Nelson. Aye. Usma.
Aye.
All right, at this time, I ask for nominations for a secretary pro tem.
I would like to make a motion to have Ms. Lisa Barr, Secretary Pro Tem.
And Glenn made the motion for Lisa Barkle to be the secretary pro tem. And Dan seconded. I believe we did a roll call, so do we need to do that again?
No, the motion can carry.
The motion can carry without it.
All right, so moving on, our first item is to nominate a president. Nominations are now in order for the office of president.
Glenn would be nominated president.
Glenn Foot nominated by Mr. Kuzmal,
I'll second that.
seconded by Dave. Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Dave Zant. I'd like to nominate Dave Zant.
Dave Sent nominated by Dan. Is there a second for Dave? With no second, that nomination falls short. Any other nominations? Hearing no further nominations, the nominations for the office of president are closed. Glenn being the only candidate nominated for the office of president, the chair hereby declares you elected by acclamation and directs the secretary pro tem to so record in the minutes.
for the office of president, please raise your hand. Okay. All were in favor, so the secretary pro tem, the vote is 7-0 in favor of Glenn Foote. By receiving a majority of the votes cast, Glenn Foote is elected president of this Board of Education.
All right, thank you, appreciate it. So now nominations are in order for the office of vice president.
Second.
It's been moved by Don, seconded by Dan, for Dave Sent as vice president. Are there any other nominations for vice president? Hearing no further nominations, then nominations for the office of vice president are closed. Dave Sent being the only candidate nominated for the office of vice president, the chair hereby declares her elected by acclamation and directs the secretary pro tem to so record in the minutes. All right. Nominations are now in order for the office of secretary. I would like to nominate Don Kuzma.
Do the, all in favor?
And reading through it, I think that's only if there's one.
Okay,
So since there's one, they're all.
okay.
So it's all. So nominations are now in order for the office of secretary. I would like to nominate Don Kuzma as secretary.
I'll second that.
Any other nominations for the office of secretary? Hearing no further nominations, the nominations for the office of secretary are closed. Don Kuzma being the only candidate nominated for the office of secretary, the chair hereby declares him elected by acclamation and directs the secretary pro tem to so record in the minutes. So we have our officers and guests of the board elected. So now we need to establish our regular board meeting dates and times. We've generally been moving them on Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
The
The
third
third
Thursday.
Wednesday at 6 p.m. So if that works for everybody, I would entertain a motion to.
I'll make a motion that we keep the meetings third Wednesday of the month.
Been moved by Dave, seconded by Dan to continue holding meetings on the third Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. And on the second by Dan, the motion carried. And we have committee appointments, which
It should be in everybody's packet after the reorganization.
so that should be behind the code of conduct for school board members. Committee assignments. I'll just go through them quickly. The Building and Grounds Committee has Foote as the chair and Kuzma and Sent as members. The Calendar Committee has Dahlberg as the chair with Holden and Schauer as members. The Finance, Business, and Budget Committee has Sent as the chair with Nelson and Holden as members. The Parent Teacher Advisory has Dahlberg as the chair with Foote and Holden as members. The Personnel, Curriculum, and Technology has Kuzma as chair with Dahlberg and Foote as members. And the Policy Committee has Sent as the chair with Schauer and Nelson as members. So we just need to have a motion to approve those committees. It's been moved by Dan, seconded by Christina. On the second by Christina, the motion carries for those committee assignments, so thank you. And then we need to approve our law firm for that we conduct business with the district. It's been moved by Don, seconded by Dan to approve Robin Schwartz, Nicholas Clifton, and Taylor as the district legal counsel. On the second by Dan, that motion carries. Then we need to approve our financial institution. We currently utilize Fidelity Bank as our district financial institution.
I'll make a motion that we keep Fidelity.
It's been moved by Dave to continue with Fidelity Bank as our district financial institution. On a second by Dan, the motion is carried. And then we need to adopt the IASB code of conduct.
Motion.
It's been moved by Dan to adopt the IASB code of conduct.
Second.
Second by Dave, the motion is carried. Thank you for walking through that. Glad to have it done. And you will see on the committee assignments page for the new board members, we do have approval of our board bills every month. Two members that go through those bills. And so it goes by month, and there's two members that are assigned each month. So as a new member comes on, the person that will be doing them with them will sit down with them and walk through that process. So for the month of May, Kuzma and Fulton are set up to do those. So if you don't mind helping that stuff out when the time comes, that would be appreciated. So. Now that the reorganization is complete, we would like to move on to staff reports. So, Mr. Hocker.
Hello, Change. Light one for me tonight is new board members will find out. I truly enjoy the microphone. I get chastised by TJ and Darren for yapping too much. Anyway, so my list is pretty thin tonight. A couple of more things. So about a month ago, we had a terrific organization, interview with the Community Foundation, a great interview, reached out to us with free books. And so City Board, our library, went out there, and anyway, it was great. 22 boxes worth, 826 free books. And so she's embedded those into the classrooms, into the library. It's very, very generous with them. They just are really trying to get rid of the old stock, so they get new stock in, and wanted to go somewhere. And us and other schools, there was a whole bunch of them all paying through. So anyway, it's great, and I appreciate Suzanne running out there, especially appreciate the organization who reached out to us. So anyway, definitely worth it, and we kind of restock some spots if you want to get in front of them for that literature. A small thing is the second one, Out of Living, as you know, is the community, retirement community. Dubuque by St. Mary's there. And Kathy Stearman has done a really good job of kind of fostering a partnership with them over the last few years. And we've done all kinds of things from singing there and crafts and all kinds of stuff back and forth. Anyway, long story short, earlier in the year, Valentine's Day, we had our fifth graders do our projects. Anyway, they loved it. And so they sent me this just beaming card about how kind the kids were and all this kind of stuff. And then, to their credit, a bunch of the residents came over and bought individual Easter baskets for every single fifth grade kid with their individual name put on every single kid's one. And then got the amount of time spent on this. Anyway, it was true. It was a great community partnership thing that just kind of goes unnoticed most of the time, but I thought it was worth mentioning. And then the last thing, every spring, we obviously have our book fair along in correspondence with our parent teacher conference. Sam Ward did a great job as usual, just getting people in there and part of it. Anyway, she raised about $2,200, $2,256 in scholastic dollars, kind of Same thing, dump her right back into the kids in the library, individual classrooms, so it's great, she's doing a lot of great work there, so we just appreciate her consistent efforts in making it look so simple. So that's kind of it for me. Any questions on any of those?
Thanks, Wes.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you,
guys.
appreciate it. All right, moving on to Mr. Sirianni.
A few more things on my report this month than Wes has been. So, activities, spring activities are all in full swing. Last week was what a wonderful week of spring sports, and now we're back to reality this week. So we'll see where it goes next week. But between junior high track, high school track, girls soccer, baseball, softball, through their seasons with middle of May being the beginning of regionals and season. And then Sarah Engel had talked about the archery team sending their students down to Louisville on May 12th and 13th for the nationals. So, think about the number of kids involved in all of those activities. It's a very high number as far as all involved, and they're staying busy. Assessments, junior high is finished, completed with IAR testing, which is always nice to have done. SAT and PSAT assessments took place last week on the 12th. So all of our 9th and 10th and 11th graders took the PSAT or SAT as appropriate. Only one student was absent that day, so not a lot to do for makeups. We do have the Illinois Science Assessment to finish completion of. Junior high students, for the most part, completed theirs. The 8th graders today, and the 11th graders will be taking the science next week and the week after. So, first week of May, we should be all completed with assessments. End of the year, hard to believe that we're saying that already, but the 23rd through the 25th of May will be high school final exams. Junior high will have their end of the year picnic on Wednesday, the 24th. And then make sure you've got it on your calendars, board members, the commencement is on Friday, June 2nd at 7 p.m. At this point, still planning on using the football field, but we really haven't officially had that conversation. Next month, we would obviously need to make all the plans for that, so if you have other thoughts, you need to let me know so we can have those conversations. We've had great luck the last few years down at the football field. Football update, just kind of wrap up where that process has gone. So back at the beginning of March, TJ and the AD from Southwestern drove up to Stevens Point and presented an appeal that involved 4 different schools asking to be reallocated to a different conference that they had originally been in or asked to be in. So the WIA listened to that appeal, and we just got at the end of last week that the WIA did approve it. So beginning not this coming fall, but in the fall of 2024, we will be in, if you go way back in years, the Wisconsin Lancaster, not Lancaster, Mineral Point, Cuba City, those types of schools. So good competition, tough teams, but travel is ideal when you consider where we've been in the past. Amboy and Salt Bowl and Center and Kirkland, Iowa, and some of those other regions. So, just wanted to kind of wrap that up. A lot of thanks goes out to Tom. He really is the one that put in most of the legwork, writing the letters, coordinating with the other schools. We just kind of take along with it. But, glad to have that happen. And then the final item I have on my sheet is after the PSAT assessment. So juniors take the SAT, and after the test that takes them from 7:30 until approximately noon, their grades had better be mush. So we send the juniors home after the SAT. That's the SAT. So the 9th and 10th graders take the PSAT, which finishes somewhere in the 10:30, 10:45 range. Rather than rushing them through 8 periods, which would be about 15 to 20 minutes in length for the remainder of the day, we decided to take those kids out in the community and do this year's community cleanup day in the afternoon. And as we know last week was a great week weather-wise, so kids had no complaints of the cold, rain, any of those things. Dunleavy Park, Highway 20 frontage road, the small parks around the community. We sent groups out there and picked up a lot of stuff. Thanks to the kids for doing that, the teachers, and the number of staff that came back and said, I want to recognize this student or that student for going above and beyond. That usually doesn't happen. Usually it's, geez, I had this kid or that kid that didn't want to do anything, and I had to get that this year. So everybody did a great job, and hopefully the community was full of cleaner as people come into town.
Darren, one question on the football update. So does this mean that starting in the 2024 fall season, our athletes will be eligible then for the postseason in Wisconsin? Nothing before that, right?
That original ruling, when we first created the co-op, they gave us the 2-year playoff. It's the length of the current 2-year scheduling cycle. So this coming fall is the second year of that schedule cycle. So then when we get to 2024, that will be the new 2-year cycle, and we are full.
Is there anything that we have to do from a board standpoint to approve the co-op? I know that when we originally talked, it was set up for a 2-year.
It's technically yes, but it's an informal every 2-year.
So we're just gonna revisit it at just at a board meeting.
It would be the end of next school year that we would need to submit the official paperwork.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sirianni. And Mr. Potts is not going to be with us this evening, so Mr. Creevy, is there anything that you would like to discuss?
As you can see, my report was pretty long in there. So, as Darren said, it was really crazy with weather. We went from frigid temperatures to full-blown air conditioner, back to 3-4 inches of snow. So my guys have been really hopping and our guy down. So the baseball and softball has been in full swing. So we've been working all day long getting those fields ready. We have most of the games in. We had to cancel. So just kudos to Sharon out there and you guys getting heating and air conditioning. And Weston, that elementary crew for got any day out so I can get everything. We just been really busy with everything going on. So that's all I have.
Well, Grover and I had talked earlier, construction, the walls will start to go up next week.
Did we get the issue with the drain, the drain figured out?
You want to cover that in the phase 2
Oh,
update?
okay, sorry.
Yeah, let's,
Yeah, sorry.
no problem. Thank you, Mr. Creevy. Regarding transportation, just wanna, looks like we do have a school bus driver that we're working with to get through the licensing process, so that's great. We still do need an additional bus driver, so anybody's interested or knows anybody that'd be interested, please let them know. Get in contact with Mr. Wider or Mr. Potts. Safety and security, you guys want to read through that. And then Mr. Potts, he mentioned negotiations within here, and at the board, we're going to discuss that shortly, before we do the vote on that collective bargaining agreement, just so new members are up to speed on what that entails. But that's all. Any questions about anything that's in this one board? Okay, so moving on then to old business. Phase 2 update regarding alternate 8.
Yes, we'll touch base on, before we get to alternate 8, we'll go back to, the sewer line that we had in question was replaced. It was an old clay line. They extended it 15 feet past the existing building, or the 15 feet past the new gym, so there. They are, everything with all of that, they have all the foundations and footings poured. They have to wait for cure time for that. When they pour each floor, they have to be inspected. Just waiting for that cure time. Darren and I were talking, they were in the meeting, they said the walls and the block layers and the building will work hand in hand starting, supposed to be the week of the 24th, so depending on whether when they're first get started. If you went back there tonight, the excavator guys are still working, they're installing all the storm sewers. The roof and everything else, so they're speed right now. With alternate A, we had several alternates that were bid on in the project, and when we bid on the project, we asked the construction company that if we wanted to wait on those alternates and make a decision later, they would still honor the bid price of those up until June or July. In talking with Darren and TJ, in the construction phase, they have to run a sprinkler line or 4 or 5 sprinkler system all the way to the new gym, and they're gonna be going down this existing hallway here, which was alternate A. So they have to tear open the ceiling, tear everything down, the lights and the ceiling grid. The alternate A is part to replace all of the ceiling grid, all of the lights, and all the ceiling tiles. We figured why they had it ripped down. They're gonna put the old stuff back up, so, in going with the new style, lights and everything we have, we want that match that, so.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Regan? It is very exciting.
They did say once the block layers and the building crew comes, you'll see it go up really quickly. So I'm excited to get everything. But now I want to see the new gym, so.
Thank you. 7.2 is regarding the bus lease contract. So he provided us information about that. Any questions about that? Looks like 2 buses to be leased through Santander Bank. Initial lease payment of $29,809. So, moving on to new business. So our first item is approval of the archery team to attend national championships May 11th through the 13th.
Second, or you got it done?
It's been moved by Dan, seconded by Don, to approve the trip for the archery team to nationals. Roll call, please.
Holton. Dahlberg.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Foot.
Aye.
Sent.
Aye.
Usmo.
Aye.
Nelson.
Okay, moving on to 8.2 is approve summer hours to have 4 10-hour days beginning on June 12th of 2023.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved by Dave, seconded by Don to approve the summer hours. Roll call, please.
Usmo.
Aye.
Nelson. Sent.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Foot.
Aye.
Dahlberg.
Aye.
Holton.
And 8.3 is to approve, well, actually, we're gonna defer collective bargaining agreement until after we do an executive session, just so we can make sure all are up to speed on those that were in attendance. So we'll move on to 8.4, which is to approve the Bridges Mathematics curriculum. Did you guys all get that topic? There's a sales work quote that.
Move.
Don, seconded by Dan, to approve the Bridges Mathematics curriculum for K through 5. Roll call, please.
Just wanted to let you know that on that sheet, that quote, they do have tax. We did get an updated, I made contact with them on that, so the tax will be taken care of. Holton. Dahlberg.
Aye.
Shower. Aye. Nelson. Spent.
Aye.
Usmal.
Aye.
Hood.
Moving on to 8.5, is to approve maneuvering the middle mathematics for grade 6.
There is no documents in there, but I've been told that the quote should come in under 5,000. I do not have a quote yet, from the company. So maybe you want to do a motion up to a certain dollar amount.
So, and I guess just let me ask a question, just because I want to clarify. Is there a reason there's a difference between the two?
Yeah, so let me, if you guys don't mind me just elaborating for a little bit. So those who obviously been around. Couldn't wait for the thing to come back to me. I was like, come on. So, long story short, we've been kind of talking, you know, we always want to have some type of anchor curriculum as our go-to. And we're in the final year of our 6-year cycle with math. And so we started math committee at the beginning of the year. We had Julie Schultz kind of from the middle school aspect on it as well. And then elementary team as well, kind of looking at various curriculums, just trying to find and you know, compare what we have and what meets our needs as best as possible. Long story short, we kind of ran the whole process and then got it down to 3 and kind of went from there and let teachers just play with different pieces of them, the online tools and some of the manipulatives and other things in front of them. Long story short, we decided that the bridges really met our needs best. You know, we did the pros and cons at the end. It is a fantastic curriculum. Ironically enough, it's utilized by a lot of the neighboring districts too. We do have some transient kids that hop between different districts, which aligns really well with our needs as well with it. But the hiccup was it is only a K through 5. So it only services kindergarten through 5th grade. It does not have a 6th grade piece included in it. So, you know, as part of our conversation with Julie Schultz from the middle school, they utilize the Maneuver in the Middle. And she's really, really loving this curriculum for 7th and 8th grade students. And so we're tying that piece in, the same one that they're using at the middle school, we want to tie in with our 6th graders there. So that's where that piece comes out of. That's why it's a separate one, and 5,000 is way higher than what it will be. I think it's more $3,200. It might be less than that. Yeah.
What company is that?
It's literally its own separate one. It's called Maneuver in the Middle. Yeah, I actually asked that exact question. Like, this is its own. It's created by teachers for teachers. And she really, really loves it. And when we had Jonathan, our 6th grade math teacher, take a look at it and spend some time up in a room, he's really optimistic about it as well. So I think we're excited about utilizing it next year.
Will it be a challenge for that math teacher in 5th, 6th, since they're crossing over?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be, I mean, just let me just stop on that part of this great question. Just utilizing a new core anchor curriculum is going to be a challenge in itself. There will have to be, this is one of the downsides, utilizing anything new, is the organization, the upfront. Like Bridges is great, but it's incredibly hands-on, which is phenomenal. It's exactly what we want. The problem with it is, it takes a ton of time and energy and effort to set the structure for what every single lesson and unit looks like. And so that's going to be the big thing. I mean, this summer, we will have to have teachers come in and do trainings and set those pieces up. He feels really good. We talked a lot about part of it. He feels really optimistic about it. Really challenging. The fact that he's got a 5th grade one, he's got 6. He's not one to worry. And Julie felt like it wouldn't be a huge hiccup either. She met with him.
So, you know, as far as approving this, it sounds like 5,000 would be the absolute maximum. Sounds like it's probably significantly less. I don't know if you want to go ahead and make that motion to approve it, not to exceed.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we spend up to $5,000 for the Maneuver in the Middle mathematics for grade 6.
Second.
It's been moved by Dave and seconded by Christina to approve maneuvering the middle mathematics attendance for grade 6. Roll call, please.
Shower.
Aye.
Hood.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Fulton. Dahlberg.
Aye.
Send.
Aye.
Usma.
Aye.
All right, carries. So we'll move on to 8.6, which is informational regarding our standard FOIA request from Smart Procure. So doesn't look like anything new really in regards to that. Any other new business that anybody want to discuss? If not, move on to personnel.
I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel as stated in tonight's agenda for the April 19th, 2023 monthly board meeting.
It's been moved by Dave, seconded by Dan to approve personnel as stated on the agenda. Roll call, please.
Nelson. Hood.
Aye.
Fulton. Usma.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Dahlberg.
Aye.
Send.
Aye.
All right, so moving on then, we do have executive session on here. Somebody would like to read for the approval based on what that states.
I move, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific public body or legal public body, including hearing testimony on or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. However, a meeting to consider an increase in compensation to a specific employee or a public body that is subject to the Local Government Wage and Transparency Act may not be closed. Well, and shall be open to the public and posted and held in accordance with this Act 5, Illinois CS 120/2, C, 1.
Second.
It's been moved by Don, seconded by Dave. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. We will be going into executive session, should not take too long, yes, we will be in, district conference room.